It was week 1 of the 2012 season of the WWL as the famous Mark Brown threw out the first pitch before the Quackers would take on the Donia Dozers. And things got going with Regis Pollard, the defending Cy Young winner, on the hill, and he was chucking. Steve Gaffney of the Dozers would get a little revenge, though, as he strikes out the commissioner. That always feels good. Then Steve would struggle as he walked the bases loaded and walked in 2 runs as the Quackers take the early 2-0 lead. In the second, Regis was still throwing. He was leaving batters more confused than Sean Anker after math class as he continued to get strikeouts. Then for the Quackers, somebody shelter-ties me, captain, because that one's out of here. And then Josh Swan's up next, and he goes long too. That's twice in a row. They call him back-to-back jacks. In the third, it was Matt Call Me Maybe Hayes as he hits a triple over the fence and gets some hope for the Dozers, but then it was Matt Donegan going down on strikes. He had 5 on the day. In the bottom half, Jordan Shelton's just going to poke this one right over the fence for a second home run as the Quackers are up 19-0. In the top of the fourth, the Dozers with the bases loaded draw the walk. Pollard getting himself in a little bit of trouble, and there's Barefoot down the line, a 2-run single. But really, the Quackers just way too much. Josh Swan would come in the 5th and close things out. As you see, he gets a strikeout here as the Quackers take this one easily, 26-4. In Game 2 is the West Side Wampers versus the Mumford Suns, and Matt Condame right off the bat, literally, as he gets his first home run in his first plate appearance, and the Wampers take the quick lead, and things got worse for the Suns as J-Mac finds the slip and slide in left field, and then here's a little collision. Looking about as dysfunctional as a parade in a hurricane, the Suns had trouble on defense. Finally, after a walk, Andrew Ernst would settle down with a strikeout after letting up 5 in the first. The Wampers would hold on to the lead until the second. Kevin Hammond, he's going to bring across 1 as Joe Cap can't make the play at home. Alex Coleman, he's going to single, bring across the run. Andrew, he's going to take one off the melon. Then it's JT Williams. Bingo! As he hits his first home run on the year, and the Suns mercy the Wampers and go up 10-5. In the top, Andrew was pitching, and he got a strikeout right here, but wasn't getting help from his defense. The Suns still struggling, and it would cost them. They let up 3 runs as the Wampers cut the lead to 2. In the bottom half, Joe Cap would struggle as he walks Jake McWilliams, and then Andrew Ernest is going to go down the line. Kevin Hammond's going to beat the throw at home, and J-Mac's going to come across all the way from second and score as well. Then JT Williams is it the shoes as he goes yard for the second time today as the Suns finally cool off. So we're going to skip ahead to the last inning, score 17-10, and the Wampers are starting to come back. A single by Sickles, a double by Curtis Hout, a triple by Josh Neff, and Joe Cap going to complete the team cycle with a home run, and there's 4 runs right there for the Wampers looking to make a comeback. But Alex Coleman would get Ryan Sickles to strike out, then with the bases loaded makes the play at home. So 1 more out for the Wampers. Could they do it? And J-Mac makes a bobbling catch over there and left, and the Suns win 17-14. In the final game of the day, it was the Workhorses versus the Bombers. Jake Kotcher on the hill for the Bombers. And Chris Terborg, he was helping him out in center field, makes a nice grab there. It was scoreless after 1. In the second, Mike Hackett gets his first WWL hit as he beats out a single there. But after that, it was Howie Decker striking out, and Jake Kotcher just feeling it. There's Mike Anderson, and finally Ben Little to end the inning. So going into the bottom half, still no score, and the Bombers would change that off Chris Peterson's grand slam, bringing across 4 runs. They'd end up mercying him, and Mike Anderson would get pulled. Mike Hackett goes in. There's a single by Chris Terborg, and then Matt Hines getting all 57 varieties. This one's out of there, and the Bombers were feeling it. So still in the third, and Chris Peterson's going to put one off the tree. They're going to call him back, though, and say it was foul. And that's a bad idea because he just goes yard for the second time on the day, and the Bombers are beating the Workhorses like they owe money. In the 4th and the 5th, Jake Kotcher still dealing like he belongs in a casino. But in the 6th, the Workhorses down 31-0, and finally Howie Decker hits a triple, and that's going to bring across their first run. Could they come back? That was the question. Mike Anderson finally feeling it. He had 5 strikeouts, but that's not one of them. That's a hit, brings across their second run. 29 more to go. Do you believe in miracles? Well, Mike Hackett doesn't, and neither does Ben Little, as the workhorses go down on strikes and lose this one by a final of 31.